Hello, hello. This is Dallas Cohen, the Rebound Coach, and you are watching or listening to a special episode of the Rebound Coach Live. Why is it special, you ask? Today is Sanctuary Experience Eve. It's the day before Sanctuary Experience, and we are so excited. Oh my goodness. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I'll have to catch you up towards the end of today's call. Speaking of, today's episode will not be that long. I said call, but episode. Today's episode will not be that long because, y'all, I still have bags to pack. Sanctuary Experience is a 3-day VIP healing retreat for women, specifically for women in leadership. And it happens this weekend. In Indian Rocks Beach, Florida. So if you happen to be like, hey, I want to go to that, my weekend's available, you can check out info at thereboundcoach.com. If this is your first time here and you never spent time with me here virtually, hello, and thank you for spending time with me here. I appreciate it. Feel free to put your name in the chat, in the comments. Let me know that you are here. Or if you're watching the replay, just put in the comments that you're watching the replay. I'd love to say hello. And I appreciate you being here. If it's your first time and you're not sure who I am, what exactly is a rebound coach? I help people get unstuck. Life coaches help people get unstuck. Specifically, I serve high-achieving women of faith who've been through betrayal, trauma, or abuse and would like to reclaim territory in their relationship with themselves. It's a journey that I'm on and that I've been on since separating and divorcing from a husband who frankly wanted me dead. I'm so glad I survived that experience. And if you want to know, I'm cutting this way short because I need to get back to packing. But if you would like to find out more about how it is I was married to a man who wanted me dead and survived, check this out. It's in a book. I wrote the book called I Choose Life, Rewrite Your Love Story and Change Your Legacy. And you can find information about that book at thereboundcoach.com/book. That is thereboundcoach.com/book. You can get one of these printed and I will write you a love note and mail it to you, or you can get one from Amazon. But all of that information is at thereboundcoach.com/book. Okay, so even though today is a special episode and I won't be hanging out for a long, long time, I did want to share something that was on my heart, something that I was seeing over and over, and it's people, specifically women, giving their power away. And anyone can do it. It's not only a women issue, but it is something that's pretty common amongst women, specifically women in any sort of leadership role. I was watching someone recently. I was watching her lead in a faith-based setting, but she was a leader, and it was all very, I'm so sorry for that. Oh man, I fumbled the bag. It was my fault. And it's not that, I'm not singling her out because it's super common, in the workplace. If you work in corporate America, more often than not with female leaders, you hear this self-depreciating comments or just a self-depreciating undertone under everything and asking permission instead of making a decision, even when you are declared leader. Needing permission to make a decision, even though you are declared leader, right? Even when there's very defined roles on what leadership in this context is, and you are declared the leader, you can still find yourself, hey, what do you think about this? Hey, I just need a second opinion. And sometimes that's wise. Okay, so it's not like you should never seek a second opinion. Second opinions are wise. As a matter of fact, the Bible talks about there being wisdom in a multitude of counselors. So we're not talking about commando, but on the other end of it, there is an attitude of, I'm not good enough to make a decision on my own. I'm not confident enough to make a decision on my own. Some other things where you may find yourself giving your power away, some signs, okay? Taking the blame when it's not yours, when you automatically decide that everything is your fault. Oh, it's my fault. Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, it's my fault. Right? Now, it might be seen as, I'm just trying to help other people feel better. Even if it was their fault, I'm not going to say it's their fault. I'm going to say it's mine, because then I can fix it, and I'd rather it be fixed than this person's feelings be hurt, right? So that seems like it might be coming from a good place, but what is it really coming from? If I don't want to hurt your feelings, that means I don't want you to feel bad about me. I don't want you to have a negative opinion of me. So even if it hurts you, I'm going to say things that don't hurt your feelings. And what do you mean hurt you, Dallas? If I take the blame for something and it was somebody else's fault, I didn't hurt them. I just made them feel better because I didn't say it was theirs. What you hurt was their opportunity to course correct. We all have blind spots. We all make mistakes. Sometimes we do things on purpose. Sometimes we do things by accident, but we all make mistakes. And there is a blessing in, hey, that was messed up. Oops, let me go fix that, right? Hey, that was messed up. Oh yeah, I kind of did that on purpose. Let me go make it right. But you don't have that opportunity if no one tells you. So the same it is for the people in your life, whether that's your children, your spouse, your coworkers, your fellow laborers in your church community. No matter who you might be leading and or influencing, taking the blame when it's not you or when it's not only you. Sometimes everybody's got a piece of the blame, okay? Everybody's got a piece of the credit. Everybody's got a piece of the blame. And that's okay too, to say, hey, you know what? I will own my part in this. And my part was, and you say what your part was and be honest, right? That's integrity. That's care, and that's love, to love that other person. And you leave the part that's theirs empty. You don't, in some circumstances, I was had a disagreement with a person, a man in authority, and I did not want to damage the relationship, even though I could not agree to what he was asking me to agree to. So I didn't handle it the best. After that conversation, I went back and apologized, not for my stance, but for the way I handled the interaction. And it was not I'm sorry you feel that way. It wasn't one of those. It was, hey, you know what? I'm so sorry for my part in this. This situation was very hurtful. For my part, I want to apologize for 1, 2, and 3. Okay. I didn't say, and your part was 4, 5, and 6. I didn't say any of that. I didn't say I was waiting for his apology and say any of that. Left the man his dignity. He had an opportunity to repent if he wanted to, and he did not choose to. But that's not the point. It wasn't even up to me to say, hey, you need to right this wrong, or hey, this was your fault, and hey, you did. Nope. I'm sorry for my part. My part was 1, 2, and 3. Will you please forgive me for my part? And that's it. And that's enough. And either they will come with their part or they won't. And that's not your affair. Okay, you just make sure you're not taking blame for things that are not yours, and you're not enabling the people around you to make mistakes, at least to sin at the greatest. Okay, so that was number 1, ways that you know if you're giving your power away. Okay, number 2, self-depreciating position. So again, similar to, hey, it's my fault. Oh, I messed up. Or, my brain. This is what I hear at work all the time. My brain is not working today. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I said that. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I did that. Oh gosh, I'm so tired. Okay. So guys, and that seems like, she's saying she's a ditz, right? Oh, she's saying she's incapable. You're literally speaking those words, and you're using a different language, a different word grouping, but same message. You're essentially saying, I am not competent. I am not good enough. I am not worthy. I am not able. This is what you're saying. When you say, oh my gosh, my brain is just not working today. Oh, I can't talk. Oh, I can't even walk. What's wrong with me? Those are self-depreciating comments. They don't belong in the workplace. They don't belong anywhere except the trash. Okay? They don't belong anywhere. No matter how you are employed, I'm going to use that as an example. No matter how you are employed, you're there because you're supposed to be there. You're there because you are competent to be there. They hired you because they saw the skills and the value that you bring and thought you'd be a good idea to bring value to the company in that way. So stand up and do that. The same is for any volunteer position you might hold. The same is for your role as a parent. The same is for your role as a spouse or a friend or a sibling. However you find yourself relating to somewhere or showing up in a place, you belong there. You deserve to be there. You are capable of fulfilling your role. You're capable. So stop saying that you're not. Okay. You're giving your power away to other people. And it not only does it say bad things about you, that you're saying bad things about you, you're telling other people those bad things. You're telling other people, oh, she's so if you're in a workplace and you're constantly making comments about how your brain's not working, or you can't talk today, or no wonder it's out of order, I'm so sorry I did it wrong. If you keep saying those things, you're telling your colleagues, your boss, people who have the potential to give you raises, bonuses, and promote you, that you are incapable at your current stage. It's literally what you're telling people. So when opportunities come, they don't think of you because you have already told them that you can't do it. You can tell I'm passionate about this because I see it all the time, and it just bugs me. Like, you're literally putting your own glass ceiling over your head, woman in corporate America. You don't have to worry about a man putting a glass ceiling over your head when you do it your daggone self. Let's take us out of that inequality equation. All right. Number 3, apologizing for existing. Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. Women apologize so much. There's actually a book that says this, the title is Girl, Stop Apologizing, because it's ridiculous. And I do it too. I have found myself doing that too. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. For what? For not, if you have not actually done anything wrong, you should not be apologizing. Ladies should not be apologizing for walking by someone, for, touching them accidentally or touching them on purpose, or, hey, I need to get over here. Oh, I'm so sorry. Like, stop it. It's ridiculous. Okay. Again, you deserve to take up space. And if you don't think so, that's not a problem with them. It's a problem with you. If you don't think you deserve to take up space, it's not a problem with them. It's a problem with you. Okay? If you're apologizing to everybody for breathing, for being, for moving, for doing anything that normal people do, that is giving your power away. All right, so we went through 3. Number 4, asking permission for everything. So this is a common leadership tactic of women. Common. There's a group situation. You are the leader. You need to make a directive. Instead of saying, hey, everyone, let's do this, you say, I think this might be a good idea. Do you think that's okay? I think that might work. What do you think? Can we do that? Can we do this? Now, I hear the argument. I can hear it in my head. So I hear your argument. Well, sometimes, it's a male-dominated world, and sometimes it's just wiser to suggest something as someone else's idea instead of my own. And that'll make them, it'll stroke their ego, and then they'll feel better, and then they'll say yes, and it'll be easier, right? I hear that. I hear the logic. What I want to encourage you is, instead of stroking ego for stroking ego's sake, be an honorable person without being fake. Okay, so you can honor the people around you. You can honor the minds around you when you have a collaborative situation. Hey, this is the situation. This is my idea on the table. I'd love to hear your ideas. Now, I've even heard a leadership tactic that's even smarter than that, which is a leader walks into a room and says, here's our situation. I have an idea, but before I share my idea, I'd like to hear all of yours. And they go around the room. Let's hear everybody's ideas, so that it's not people saying yes because the leader said this, right? It's an actual discussion of ideas. if you're not in a situation where you genuinely want to hear the ideas of the other people because you want to collaborate on a decision, but instead you just have an idea and you want people to accept your idea, so you act like it's not yours, that's giving your power away. Okay? That is giving your power away. Instead of you coming with an idea like sideways and going, oh, I was thinking about this, or here's the classic. You mentioned XYZ. Do you think it might be a good idea to ABC? It's slick, it's tactical, it's also giving your power away. It's also giving your power away. Well, what if I say the good idea and they shoot it down because it was my idea? What if they do? The project is reflective, and how the project goes is reflective of the leader and the team members, the counterparts. This is normal. Does that mean I have to take the blame if it goes bad and Brad shot down my idea? Yeah, it does. Such is life. That is the weight of leadership, one of them. Okay. I just encourage you, don't be underhanded. Don't be slick trying to get your idea across. Present it in honor and communicate honor to the people around you, which you can do without steamrolling anyone, without, hey, Christina. Yes, self-sabotage. I'm going to put that up so people can see that. Exactly. And we do it because we're afraid. We do it because we want people to like us and approve of us. We do it because it's easier, right? It's easier to let me suggest that as their idea instead of mine, and then I'm slick. I understand that that's a work tactic. I want to encourage you not to give your power away. Stand in integrity. Be honorable to the people around you. When you are honorable, and there is actually a teaching that I learn and I also teach on how to be honorable to the people around you in a workplace situation, in any situation. But there's a way to communicate honorable. People have a vested interest to do business with you, to spend time in your presence, to favor you with good things, and to be agreeable in general. Does that mean every person is going to be agreeable? No. But it means there's a way to show people honor genuinely, so that when you do suggest something, they don't think in the back of their heads that you're trying to get over on them, that you're trying to do them wrong, that you're trying to tank a project, any of those things, because you have communicated honorably and you communicated that you care about these other people in a genuine sense. Okay. So no apologizing for resisting, no asking permission for everything. Okay. And sometimes, from a faith-based perspective, women are wanting to be seen as humble or meek or any of the other things attributed to womanhood in the Bible. Y'all, I'm listening to this book. It's a brand new book, and I haven't gotten all the way in it, but I really recommend it. It's called The Bible versus Biblical Womanhood. Oh my gosh. As some of you who know my story, and I was married 10 years to someone very patriarchal and who used the Bible as a weapon in spiritual abuse. And it couldn't have worked, except I was kind of brought up in that, in traditional Christian teaching in the past, 50 years or so about patriarchy. And so in the Black church in particular. So that's what I was raised in. So I was agreeable to some of the arguments in the beginning. And that it really became, the Bible was used as a weapon against me in my home and as an abuse weapon. And so in my healing, in my journey that continues of healing, I'm continuing to learn the God of the Bible and learning to trust more and more the God of the Bible and learning his voice as opposed to the voice of the preachers, right? So that's not an easy thing. They call that deconstructing. It's not an easy walk, but it is one I'm committed to because I love the God of the Bible. I love the God of the Hebrews. And to love God and not trust him is not complete. right? It is not complete. I believe it grieves the heart of God, and it is not complete. So I'm on a walk learning to trust God more. And especially in the area of women and what women are allowed to do in the eyes of God and what they're not allowed to do in the eyes of God and how they relate to men in the eyes of God. And y'all, this book is off the chain. So even if you're not, it's very academic and very biblical scholarish. But even if you are not like nerdy like that, but you've heard the biblical arguments against women leadership, against equality in marriage, against all sorts of things for women, this book is for you. This book is for you. Okay. So I'm just recommending that. It's a brand new book, and it's called The Bible versus Biblical Womanhood. You can look it up. There's an Audible version, and it's off the chain. If you do, put it in the chat, because I want to know what you think. We can learn, read it together, blow your socks off. I'm very pleased with it. I'm only like an hour in. Okay. Anyway, back to the point, because it's just a strong resource. So, it defeats giving your power away and kind of feigning this humility and feigning this meekness. And it is feigned because meekness and humility is not tricking someone into thinking your idea is their idea, or lying to someone about whose fault something is so that they think highly of you. Those are not humility tactics. Those are manipulative tactics. Those are dishonest tactics. Okay. So real humility, real meekness is being genuine and also being honorable. Genuine in, this is my idea. Now, my idea might not work. Okay. Not all my ideas are great. I know that's hard to believe, but not all my ideas are great, right? So my idea might not work, but I do claim it as mine, whether fail or succeed. Okay. The same, it defeats the purpose of all of those tactics defeat the purpose of standing in your power. And I hear you're being a heretic, standing in your power. What? Your power? Isn't it God's power you're standing in? Okay, y'all, he gave us authority. He gave us, all of us, the people he created, and then in particular, the people who serve him. He's given certain authorities. They're given like gifts, like they're yours. So if I gave you something, it's not mine anymore. I gave it to you. So the same goes for the power and authority that God through Christ has given you. He has given it to you. That means it is yours. Okay. Just needed to say that in case you were thinking I was a heretic. So what's the opposite of this? How do I stand in my power? How do I make sure I don't give my power away? That means, it doesn't mean to be rude or domineering or brash or tactless, okay? But it does mean to not be afraid, to just be like, this is what it is. It's what it is. Hey, let's do this. If you're the leader, you're in charge. Hey, let's do this. Hey, could we do that? Let's do this. Okay. Not afraid of making a decision, not afraid of taking action. That's another big important thing, not just to decide a thing, but to take action towards the thing. Not afraid of being wrong, because we're all wrong sometimes. It's okay. It really is. When you are wrong, not if, but when, you say, I was wrong. That did not work out. Next time, let's try this. And if you've hurt anybody with your wrong, are you okay? How can I help? How can I help you? Because my decision caused pain, right? That is a time to say, I'm sorry. I apologize. I had no intention of hurting you. I felt like this was the best option. What can we do to make it up? How can I help? Right? So being honest, being genuine, and not being afraid of being wrong, not being afraid of mistakes or of making decisions, and not being afraid of being yourself. Okay, we do a lot of posturing, And I keep going back to the professional realm because that's where I see it so strongly. We do a lot of posturing. We do a lot of this is who I need to be in this environment, and this is who I need to be in that environment. And while I respect that strategy, I respect women who feel like they need to keep jobs, they need to keep peace, and in certain situations, in an abusive household, they choose to do that to keep safe. So I hear you. I hear you. I want to encourage you, those of you who are safe, you're not in an abusive situation, you are safe. I encourage you to be yourself. Don't be afraid to be yourself. And all of you. And they may like it and they may not, and that's okay. It's okay. If the glue that was holding you together, you and another person, was you denying who you are to be who you think they want you to be, that's not good for either one of you, because they care or are with someone in whatever capacity that they don't really know, because you're faking them out and you're faking yourself out, trying to act like it's okay and it's not okay, and there's stuff you're upset about and there's stuff you're afraid to share that's bothering you because you don't want to upset this other person. Okay, that is literally giving your power away. I want to share just one more example about this, about decisions. And I saw this happen in my life like 3 different times within a day or so. And I was like, oh, this is important. I got to talk about it. So I learned a lot from my children, from raising my children. And one night in particular, I was making dinner, and a lot of times I ask them, hey, girls, do you want this or do you want that? And they pick. Or if they both pick something different, I was like, listen, I'm cooking one thing. I need you to come together and make a decision and tell me this or this, right? So this particular day, I did not ask both children. I asked one of the children, hey, do you want spaghetti or other kind of pasta? It was 2 things like that. And she's called her sister, hey, sister, do we want this for dinner or that for dinner? And the sister chose something that the child I asked did not want. Okay? And I said, why did you give your decision away? Oh, well, I just wanted to know what she wanted. And we had to agree. I didn't say you had to agree. I didn't even ask her. She wasn't even part of the conversation. I asked you, do you want this or this? You gave your decision away. And because you gave your decision away, we're going with what your sister said, because you gave her the power. And it was a really clear example of how many women give our power away in things just like that. If someone asks you, okay, do you want this or this? And you ask someone else, what do you want? You've given your power away. And it may be something inconsequential like what's for dinner, and it may be something huge like whether or not you stay married in a situation that's not safe, right? Or whether or not you're in a job situation that's not safe, okay, for whatever reason, or any other myriad of toxic situations. You must own your own agency. You already have it. God has already gifted you with power and authority. You already have power to get wealth. You already have dominion. You already have all these things. No one has to give it to you because it's already yours. You can use it or you can give it away. That is your choice. It's your choice. So I want to encourage you, when you have the opportunity to make a decision, good, bad, or indifferent, make it. Doesn't mean you don't seek counsel if you need to seek counsel. Some decisions are big ones, and there's wisdom in a multitude of counselors, right? But even after you've asked everyone their opinion, essentially you are responsible for the decisions that you make for your life. It's another tactic to ask other people's opinion of your decision, so you can say, if it goes badly, it's their fault, right? But it's not. It's actually not. We choose our path for our life, and what happens comes back to us. Okay? So don't give your decisions away. That's what I want to encourage you. And y'all, I promised that today would be a little shorter, and it is. And I want to tell you about this weekend. It's going to be off the chain, and I'm so excited. Okay. It's called Sanctuary Experience. I want to show you a little video of the weekend. This one is from 2022, but this one we're about to do is in just 2 days. Check this out.
May the Lord bless you and keep you.
Yo, I literally can't wait. It is such an honor. It is such an honor to walk alongside women in their journeys of wholeness, of healing, of power, of taking their power back. Oh my gosh, it's amazing. If you are open, are interested, are thinking about, hey, that sounds like something I might want to be a part of, you can check this out at thereboundcoach.com/sanctuary, thereboundcoach.com/sanctuary. Or you can message me on any of the places that you're hearing this. So if you're on YouTube, if you're on Facebook, Instagram, any of those places, you can contact me. I'll be happy to chat with you, even to see if you're a good fit, because not everyone is. But I can tell you that the women who experience sanctuary do leave the same. Do not leave the same. People get free of stuff they've been holding for 50, 60, 70 years. Stuff that happened in childhood, stuff that happened in adulthood, from abusers, from parents, from whomever. And we have a blast doing it, y'all. Okay, so I won't keep going on and on because I have bags to pack. But if you want more information, thereboundcoach.com/sanctuary. There may be one in a few months if you can't happen to swing this weekend. But you're going to miss out because it's off the chain. All right. I appreciate every single one of you spending this time with me. Please put in the chat. Let me know what you took out of this. Let me know the aha moments for you. Let me know what you are going to implement in your life, because it's not about knowing, it's about doing. Y'all, we know a whole heck of a lot, but our results are results of what we have done or what we have not done. So I want to encourage you to take action towards your goals today. Thank you so much for spending time with me, guys. I will catch up with you next Wednesday, 9:30 Eastern. And until next time, choose life.